What up, everybody? Austen Lane, ESPN 690 and Action Sports Jags coming to you with my 3 takeaways, my 3 observations. Let's try to make this quick because emotions are still high, people are still upset, and I got to clear my mind of this one. Jaguars lose 25-33 in Cincinnati. They lose to a team that was decimated on their defensive line. They lose to a team whose offensive line is the bottom fourth of the league. They lose to an offensive line who gave up 8 sacks this past weekend to the Eagles. Let's start with number one, though. Number one, and this is going to be really simple and really fast. The Jaguars won the coin toss. They elected to get the ball to set the tempo, and it doesn't really matter if you get the ball first or second, okay? Because if you have a defense that can't stop the run and a defense that can't stop the pass, it doesn't really matter. You had the Bengals go down and score right before the half. They open up their next drive, scripted plays, and what happens? They score right in the third quarter. So we have to stop focusing on the Jaguars need to receive the ball first. The Jaguars need to kick the ball first. You guys got to stop worrying about the coin toss and start worrying about other things on this team. Observation number 2, start worrying about the defense. Start worrying about their lack of pass rush, right? Like I just said in the beginning, the Bengals gave up 8 sacks to the Eagles last week. I think the Jaguars, they might have had one or not. I can't remember how that one kind of shook out. I think Burrow got actually ahead of the line of scrimmage. Regardless of that, though, pass rush was pretty much non-existent. And when you have a secondary right now that is out a lot of guys, C.J. Henderson went down. At the linebacking core, Miles Jack, I think, got hurt a little bit. You need your defensive line to show up, especially against a rookie quarterback who, when you hit him, he can show the poise to turn the ball over. And unfortunately, we didn't see that. Had way too much time in the pocket. They sent 4 a lot. I saw a couple blitzes, but at the end of the day, whatever they're doing right now in terms of pass rushing, it's just not working. And when you have guys like Josh Allen, when you have guys like Chason, when you have guys like Dwayne Smoot, who had a pretty good year last year, that shouldn't happen. So the pass rush, once again, was pretty non-existent right now. And they need to either start blitzing every single play, put their secondary even more of a predicament, or do something. But giving any quarterback back their time is not the way to win a football game. Keep in mind, they play the Houston Texans next week. Deshaun Watson right now, obviously pretty ticked off, losing this game today. Texans haven't won a game yet, and he's looking for that revenge game, try to get things undergoing here for the Texans. So pass rush, non-existent once again. You got to fix that. But let's go to me to the thing that stood out the most. And we said we don't want to see a Joe Burrow breakout game. I think he had over 300 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. You could call it a Joe Burrow breakout game if you wanted to. But the real breakout game was Joe Mixon. And Joe Mixon was a guy who got a new contract this year. Kind of seemed not to really get going. People were frustrated with him in fantasy, obviously. Well, Joe Burrow today, 25 carries, 151 yards rushing, and 2 touchdowns. And he had his breakout game. He's got confidence now. And once again, this is the classic situation here of the Jaguars not being able to stop the run. And if you talk to any coach, you talk to any player in that defense, they'll tell you that the top priority right now is to stop the run. And unfortunately, they did not get that job done in this game. And that was the difference of the ball game. There's other things here I'll talk about, but that was the biggest difference, was Joe Mixon, was that Bengals run game. And the frustrating thing to me is that I didn't see a Bengals offensive line that just pushed the defensive line back. I saw mental errors. I saw guys not in the right gaps. I saw guys losing gap integrity. And I just saw guys that were lackadaisical and not ready to make the play. It's one thing if you're playing like a team like the Titans, the Ravens, who just smash mouth you in the mouth. They push you back, and it is what it is. They had your number that day. I did not see that from this Bengals offensive line. I just saw breakdown after breakdown after breakdown, and that resulted in Mixon having his big day. I had a defensive line coach once tell me, and I still swear by this philosophy today. It takes skill to get after the quarterback and to sack the quarterback. To stop the run, It takes an attitude, and it takes a mindset. And right now with these Jacksonville Jaguars on defense, I am not seeing that. So that's takeaway number 2. Takeaway number 3, this offense. This offense, man, it was a loss to the Bengals. It was a bad loss. You should be upset. You should be disappointed. The Jaguars, I guess, they are who we thought they were right now in terms of the preseason hype, if you will. But, Chenault had a pretty good day. DJ Chark, obviously, welcome back. 2 touchdowns. That guy's a force to be reckoned with. And I thought in this offense where they spread the ball out so much that DJ Chark wouldn't have been missed that much. Apparently this offense did miss DJ Chark. He had a great day. And then let's end it with, the man of the hour, the man that it's always about, the man that really putting an addition for this season, whether he's the guy going forward or not, and that's Gardner Minshew. The play of Gardner Minshew, to me, this one was interesting. 27 for 40. I think he had like 350 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And on paper, not bad, right? He left some stuff on the field. He had that turnover, obviously. But overall, okay. Didn't lead the team at the end, for the touchdown, things like that. I thought he was okay. I'm not going to say he was great. Probably not going to say he was good. I thought he was okay. And those numbers, though, and here's the thing about it. Oh, and last thing, James Robinson, not a bad day once again, pounding the rock. When they give him the rock, he delivers. Obviously, they went away from that running game a little bit in the second half. James Robinson, I keep saying it over and over and over again, man. I'm getting tired of saying it, James Robinson. Not too bad this week once again. But with Minshew, okay numbers, right? And an okay performance. But here's the thing about it. Okay performances, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 20 for 40. Not bad, but you didn't do the most important thing. And you didn't beat the Bengals, right? And when this season's all said and done, you can put up games like that, and you can put up 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns here. You can throw for over 65, 70% completion percentage. At the end of the day, if this team's not winning games, you have to really ask yourself if Gardner Minshew is going to be the guy going forward or not. So, like I said, I think Minshew played okay, but does it really matter when you lose to the Cincinnati Bengals? Those are my 3 observations, y'all. We'll get after it a lot more tomorrow on the show. Tune in 3 to 6, 6:90 a.m. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. We're everywhere, man. We're taking over the world. Y'all have a good one. It was a rough one, but we'll talk to you tomorrow. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Come hang out if you want to. Check your